People have access to more data in their daily lives to help make sense of and use information to plan for the future than ever before, from choosing which restaurant to eat at to planning a route to work. But when it comes to answer those life-defining questions about pathways through education and workforce, people are still in the dark, and there's still an urgent need for meaningful access to data that helps people make crucial decisions about those very important parts of their lives, school and work. States have a real opportunity right now to make changes to their data systems so that these systems meet the needs of the many users that need to access data to make decisions. And it takes courage and leadership to make these big changes, but it's possible. And it's time for leaders to build on that momentum already growing across the country to make robust access a priority to education and workforce data. Their communities deserve it.
We have strong data tools that allow us to find the data, to access the data, knowing that the data is reliable. We can reduce the workload for ourselves, but most importantly, we can reduce that workload for our partners because we need for them to spend their time focusing on the strategies and those activities that are going to be informed by data, but will ultimately help us move the needle across our credit to career spectrum.
For example, in the state of Tennessee, we've known for a long time that our state data around economic mobility, particularly around achieving post-secondary outcomes, has been linked to reductions in incarceration and crime, which is really a critical issue in our community. And so being able to shift conversations towards active and constructive solutions is really helpful. And so having strong data to back up those arguments, be it early literacy investments, community strategies, or post-secondary opportunities, really enable a local community to connect the dots to its state in powerful ways, and to do that both through policy and practice.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I'm actually sitting right now, we have really connected our eviction data, for example, and tied that to the kids who are in Tulsa Public Schools, so our big, large urban core district, and their families that are being evicted, which is turning into changes in eviction policy. What we've been able to do with that data is now work with families, 45% of them who have reported back to us saying that they didn't even know that they were on the eviction docket, but using data, we've been able to do that. That has helped us begin to do the work of stabilizing our attendance rates in the younger grades in particular, right? And so we've used that data to say, hey, we know we have this housing crisis that is true all across the country, and we think there's probably some impact to education. We've been able to really focus in and use data to really drive home how we begin to intervene with those young people and their families, right?
A lot of data in our different public institutions are siloed and separated for each other. So the data that you might get from the school system is separate from the data that you might get from the city of Baltimore. So in order to meet that challenge, one of the things that we've done in Baltimore is to create an integrated data system between nonprofit institutions such as ourselves as Baltimore Promise, the city of Baltimore, and the Baltimore City Public Schools. It was something that something that took a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of meeting with lawyers. Eventually, we understood that because of the legal landscape in Baltimore, we actually needed to pass legislation to establish an integrated data system. So that's the path we went. We got support from different institutions around the city and from our community. And happy to say that in the summer of 2022, legislation was passed to establish the Baltimore City Youth Data Hub, which is now running with our different governing systems, and we're excited to start to produce our first use cases to better understand how to support our youth.
One of the things we are really excited to do is when we are given opportunities to help be a stakeholder in shaping what public-facing dashboards look like, Oftentimes that will look like everything from some advising tools on a post-secondary access website to some human capital management dashboards that show things like teacher candidate pipelines and the teacher preparation space. And so when we have that healthy, robust dialogue between state, local governments, and these place-based organizations or collective impact organizations, that provides an opportunity where the ecosystem can help form what these systems look like, so that then when the state agencies make these tools more readily available to the public, they are responsive to the needs that we see on the ground.
Data is the tool that we use to take our greatest challenges out of the realm of a philosophical debate and turn them into practical problems that we can solve together.